History has seen this before. King George III was king during the American Revolution. He became unfit to rule, the government stepped in, and that's where the madness of King George comes from. Now we're dealing with the madness of King Donald.
This is why the 25th Amendment was written. It was ratified in 1967, authorizing the vice president and a majority of the cabinet to remove the president from power when and if that president is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office. The 25th Amendment was written for the day when the Democratic leader of the United States Senate could credibly say, quote, "The president is ranting like an unhinged madman." The 25th Amendment was written for the day when a former Republican member of Congress who voted for that Republican president 3 times would declare to the world, he has gone insane.
His speech, is not coherent all the time. You can't deny this is happening. It's not what we voted for, and it's really scary.
Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Robbie here. This is part 4 of my series on the 25th Amendment. The system isn't failing. The people inside it are. The process doesn't activate itself. So let's look at what's happening. Chuck Schumer said that Trump is ranting like an unhinged madman and threatening possible war crimes. Marjorie Taylor Greene has said that Trump has gone insane and that everyone in the cabinet and Republican members of Congress are complicit. And even internationally, the Speaker of the Iranian Parliament said, "Make no mistake, you won't gain anything through war crimes." And this is what Alex Jones, the infamous liar, conspiracy nutcase, and orange turd ass-kisser, has said.
The world's in a major crisis, and America's sinking in global rankings of likability. It's just not what we voted for. This is what I'm talking about, the way Trump's behaving. Way more erratic. His speech, is not coherent all the time. You can't deny this is happening. It's not what we voted for, and it's really scary. So this is a clown show, folks, and I'm really worried.
My friends, this is the battle for the Republic. The enemy is not our police, and it's not our military. It is those that would pervert and twist the sacred oath that our peace officers and military folks have sworn to uphold.
Alex Jones, you spent decades warning of tyranny, martial law, FEMA camps, and military occupation of our streets. Well, it's here. It's real, and it's happening under Trump, and you are silent. Why? Are you too afraid to criticize Trump? Or are you now just part of the deep state silence? It's taken over a year, but many MAGA morons are experiencing real FAFO moments and finally realizing that we were right when we told them and warned them that this would happen. Kamala Harris warned them, President Biden warned them, Governor Walz warned them, President Obama warned them, everybody warned them, but they didn't listen. They wouldn't listen. They refused to believe the truth. Instead, they preferred to believe the lies. They believed Trump would make America great again. Well, I have news for them. America was already great, but Trump has now destroyed it with his illegal tariffs, illegal wars, threats to commit war crimes, alienating almost every country on the planet, and destroyed the United States' credibility and dignity. These are not opinions, they are facts. The price of eggs has gone up. The price of a gallon of gasoline is more than $4 a gallon in the United States now. Trump has started a war of choice, an unnecessary war. He campaigned on no more wars, especially no more endless wars. Well, this is what he started. He started an endless war. The self-proclaimed president of peace and law and order,
"I am your president of law and order,"
has started a war and made the United States unsafe for its citizens and tourists. He has put armed troops on the streets of the United States who have killed unarmed, innocent American citizens, torn children from their parents' arms, sent innocent Americans and asylum seekers to prisons in foreign countries. So, Alex Jones and all of you other MAGA morons, this is exactly what you voted for. You fucked around, and now you're finding out. You're finding out that you were wrong and we were always right. But There are two mechanisms to deal with this: impeachment in the House, conviction in the Senate, and the 25th Amendment. Both exist, both are valid, and both should be used. Impeachment already happened, twice. The system worked until the final step. Conviction never happened, not because it couldn't, but because not enough senators were willing to do it. The same applies now. The 25th Amendment requires the Vice President and a majority of the Cabinet to step forward publicly. That step is not being taken, not because the mechanism doesn't exist, because of loyalty, because of fear. Loyalty to Trump, fear of political consequences, and fear of their own voters. Trump has threatened to target civilian infrastructure, power plants, bridges, entire cities. This is civilian infrastructure. This is a threat to commit war crimes. Every member of the United States military is legally obligated to refuse unlawful orders. That's the law. Every service member takes an oath to the Constitution, not to a president. And under the law, they are obligated to disobey illegal orders. That's not just a moral choice, it's the law of the land. If an illegal order is given, it must be refused. These tools exist. They're not being used to their full extent, not because they can't be used, because the people required to act are choosing not to. And this is where responsibility becomes choice. To the Cabinet, you are not bystanders. You are the mechanism. The Constitution doesn't act on its own. It requires you. If you know and you do nothing, that is a decision. To the members of Congress, you already proved that impeachment is possible, twice. The failure was not the process. The failure was the will to finish it. History will not remember hesitation. It will remember what you did or refused to do. And to the military, the law is clear. Unlawful orders are not to be followed, not questioned, not debated, refused. That is your duty. Under both civilian and military law, individuals in law enforcement or the armed forces are required to disobey unlawful orders. That's not optional. That's the law. No pension, no promotion, or policy is worth complicity. If your gut tells you it's wrong, it probably is, so listen to it. And to the voters, you are not separate from this. You decide who stays. You decide who goes. If loyalty and fear control the people in power, it's because they believe it will protect them. Prove them wrong. This does not continue unless it's allowed to continue. These tools exist. The laws exist. The responsibility is clear. What happens next is not a mystery. It is a choice. If you enjoy what I do and you'd like to support me, you can leave me a tip on Ko-fi or Ko-fi. Just scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description below. Tips are never expected, but always appreciated. Thank you all so very much for watching my videos. I definitely would not be here without you.